A Great Mistake and Misunderstanding by Maqsood Hasni Free Abuzar barqi kutab'khana February 2019. A great mistake and misunderstanding go on with languages in the world. One says that Punjabi is language of the people Churs of Punjab, that Sindhi is language of Sindhs, the Japanese is language on which they are living in Japan from their birth. For this often two terms are used: native working and no-native one second language. This thinking is totally wrong and a horrible cause to differentiate between the human beings. The language experts are until today in the search of the language families. A mother of the baby is the English. Soon after that, baby is engaged in France and he/she brings above for in French speaker male/female, or by a kinder institution that baby will not speak English language. The English will be his second language, whereas the French will be his language of the first. This thing denies this doubt that the man speaks his maternal language. In fact, the man speaks language of his own. This example clear this confusion that the man speaks language of his mother. The sea of thoughts, emotions, passions, sensations and of diagrams is flowing in the intern of human beings. Not only this, he has life, facts, deeds, needs and ability of the professional experience. These all the things want to have an existence. Man express them to his own language that he always uses. Nevertheless, he wants that everybody may know channel him its expression, but this thing is not direct possible through his own language. He wants to express his intern in Samic, or the majority of the famous languages of the world, but to all stand mainly before his expression. 1. Wall of S and S grammatical. 2. Wall of the fixed spellings for the words teases him to a fear whenever people laugh at his uses. He never gets to be encouraged to break these walls. This thing does not allow so that he expresses any other than his own language. If these walls clear of his way, he can easily attempt that language in which he wants to express himself. After the time that goes ahead, he will have gained experience in the expression enough another than his own language. The flow and the improvement will be appeared automatically in his applications. A time will come when he begins to think inside under language of the use. By this way he must have his own way of oration, doing, style of the writing, speech, thought, understanding and pronunciations of words. Nevertheless, its own language still continues being support with him to use the local street man. That man who speaks a language of the beginning of his life does not have a hand or a superior of upper that one who obtains strats using another language. Must a native user consider S or S grammatical during his maternal language using? He has ever wished that he can be successful to transport his thoughts, sensations, emotions, passions, demands, pulse, etc. in original or areas he wants to transport in others. Its complete attention will be involved in his thoughts but not in the words or the orations. If a native use hujur in the utility of the husur, jomu instead of zim, qualfi in the utility of kafli, that correct. Rakibi, alrabi, ajibe, garibe, rakibe, payam, wanjayam, kaitam, navayam, hanslo, jalso are not incorrect or bad for a native one of the Punjabi. If a man uses Japanese in his own way and style and listener or reader under support that is meant, what's WORNG with him? Why that will be considered mistake or bad usings. Please has a glance in these English words and orations city, fala war, nas, ns, ki one he do not like vegetables 2 he died yesterday, 3 my wife is sick, 4 sotters are shinig in the sock, 5 what is wrong or bad with these words and orations? Their pronunciation is nearer or near the original articulation. Please have a look at these Urdu sentences spoken by a Pakto-speaking male. Mean Lahore guy. 6 mean Naik Korat Deka. 7 m. Marabat by Mar Parihai, 8 Mariaman Margiya, 9 Mean Tumse Pr Karti Hai, 10 The Urdu that knows the person can understand the meaning of above orations mentioned. He also can sort of understand there through its user. If we considered incorrect or the bad using, the user will not try to express his thoughts, emotions, passions, diagrams, etc. in the language other than his own ones. The first thing is understanding of the applications, the strong thought, the pure emotion, the true sensation, the good diagram and the passion sensitive can make ordinary to a special one. The language is one second thing, whereas one is thought, emotion, sensation of the passion or polt. The words must follow the thought, the emotion, the sensation of the passion and polt. The word cannot appear without thoughts, emotions, sensations of the passions and polts. They are limited to express thoughts, emotions, passions, sensations and polts. It is also a practitioner that the words are poor to express the thought, the emotion, the sensations of the passion and polt because they are not in original or like the intern of a person. Sometime words come to lack and certainly foundation of putting to point of the tester or linguistic setup becomes in the way of original expression. As an example, a poet wants to say that his nabi is the largest between all the other nabis, but the tester of poetic does not allow him to say the largest about his beloved nabi, and he expresses Mera nabi azim to relative the average, and other nabi has his existence and he is the azim terrain the largest. The tester has made the evil with him. Here is happened unavoidable events with the poet. One compare in its poetry as an enemy or unbeliever of Hazrat Muhammad made rude on him too. He is not successful to express his thought, ideas or feelings. This possibility cannot be rejected, that the poet can be a true Muslim and a believer to a line of Hazrat Muhammad made rude on him, who can make the jump in his mind and spirit of the heart. people can only judge him with his expressions. Unfortunately, in our study places 11 do not have room for the thoughts, the ideas, the emotions, the sensations of the passions and pulse. Their students/learners learns/studies the words but not the emotions, the sensations of the passions and pulse behind which they are lying, or in the intern of the words. There is no doubt that words have a lot importance, but the soul of words is cause of words. Further, that the thoughts, the emotions, the sensations of the passions and pulse have great importance in the life of human beings. This thing promote knowledge of a student/learner. It is quite strange that the words have importance whereas the internal words have second place in the learning process.